if I could quit this whole thing and just be
Yeah.
a hair influencer, I would. Started grooming, gosh, it's been 13 years. So what? Been following you since you had long hair the first time. Insane. Okay? Insane. Boyfriend of 5 years. Did you not know that? Pull the trigger on something really quickly, it's usually because it's not actually in your wheelhouse like you want it to be.
Can you hear that audio?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. This is Jay Unleashed, and this is a very, very special episode. We are joined by the one and only the Blake Hernandez, at the Blake Hernandez.
Hi. First of all, I am now going to have to go look at your intro for every person. And if you say special episode for every single one of them, you're gonna have to not feel so special.
No, I don't think I do, but I might. I kind of hope I do. That would be great. This is cool. I've been wanting to sit down and do the interview with you for so long. I mean, you are kind of like the dog grooming influencer. Like, I don't know. Would you identify as that? Like, kind of like one of the pioneers?
Okay, so like that's more what I think it is that I just have been at it for so long. And I think that one thing that separates me from all of that current influencer work is that I I, I never thought that's what I was going to do. Like, because it didn't exist when I did it, right? So I was like posting into
Yeah.
Facebook groups to learn, like, and I was gaining a following organically. And when Facebook launched the live feature and people wanted to see how I groomed live, that's kind of how this whole thing started. Way back in the day was me just going live on Facebook and grooming dogs, and obviously you can see how that still to this day helps creators take off. If you want to take off on TikTok right now, put your
Yeah.
camera up and go live for 8 hours a day while you groom, and you'll make a following.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is so funny though. Yeah, I remember when live became a thing. That is so funny. Yeah,
So
and
that's what I try to explain to people is that I have been doing this
yeah.
since live became a feature on Facebook, which was like of the first. Like there probably
Yeah.
was a platform or two that had it, but like there was nothing so widely used that you
Yeah.
could like feel like you were in the same room as that person while they were doing what they were doing. That was brand new, and that's how I broke into my like I had this audience that I had like already kind of built through Facebook groups, and then it really just galvanized it because they felt like they could see me in real time and like experience my personality in real time. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how that all started.
Far after like you started doing regular like content creation, did you go on like Pooch Perfect? Because I'm doing a series on my Patreon where I'm reacting to all the episodes of Pooch Perfect. I found them
Really?
on.
Okay, so that one, it's so funny. Every once in a while, to this day, people come up to me and be like, that Pooch Perfect show really helped you take off, didn't it? Or whatever. And I just think it's like every single person who was on Pooch Perfect was on that show because they had already made it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
that's what I
was so it
Yeah,
was
you
it
didn't
was
seem like
always
an up and comer on the show.
yeah, it was a little bit weird that or it's weird when people say that. I still feel like today. Um so I started grooming, gosh, it's been 13 years. So what, 2012? 2012. I became a master groomer by 2014, and I started grooming that or competing that year. 2016 was my first Barkley Honors nomination for Up and Coming Groomer of the Year. 2017, I didn't get any nominations. That's when my career really took off. I was open level. I got my first brand ambassadorship, and I started regularly doing content. 2018 was the release. Oh, so 2017 was when I filmed the Dogs documentary series for Netflix, and that came out the following year. And in 2018, I got, I think, 4 or 5 Barkley Honors nominations. I won 2 divisions, and I've been nominated every year since. But 2019 was when I first auditioned for Pooch Perfect, and so 2020 was when we were supposed to film it. We ended up not filming it until very early 2021. So when it came out, it was later 2021. So from the time I started grooming to the time Pooch Perfect came out was 9 years.
Because I assumed, obviously, like by the time you're on Perfect, you were like grooming for a while. I was just wondering, like, if you had really heavily been doing content at the time.
I had been
Yeah,
doing content, but I like wasn't. I had competed in creative grooming one time, um, and that was like I took a private workshop with someone, and it was a competitive like creative judge. So she helped me like set out everything, and then I had a different mentor that I like maintained and like changed the design with over the next like 6 months, and then I competed and I placed with it. That was like the most extensive like creative experience I had. It was based around one design. When I went on Pooch Perfect, I had basically never done creative prior to that. So like it was, and that's not how we auditioned. I auditioned for the show with my book of business, right? Like here's all these purebred dog drag room, here's all this Asian fusion, and then they were like, and they auditioned us for months, so it was like 10 months. And then in the final hour in that 11 months, they said, "Hey, this is like your challenges that you're potentially going to face." And they were all creative. And around the same time that they sent out that email, they also said, um, if you show up to the set with COVID, then you're going to be sent home. You won't be on the show. So even though I would have, like, I'm the type of person that would have absolutely packed up my bags, gone to a creative groomer's house and made them teach me for a week, like, but
yeah,
like I couldn't risk getting sick.
yeah,
And they did have three alternate teams for that show, like they're on location. One of the alternates knew they were an alternate. One of them did not, and I don't know who the third alternate was, but we were in a conference at one point where everyone's name was a color and there were 13 different colors. And we were able to identify two of those colors. But anyway, point is that one of the alternates ended up getting on the show because someone got kicked off the show in the final hour. And then one of the alternates didn't know they were an alternate and they were sent home. And then we don't know who the last one was. But that was like, yeah, it was very Hollywood.
yeah. Like the production team is crazy. Like, so what? Where did that air? ABC.
Yeah, ABC.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, this production company is like, that's funny. Yeah, because you can tell they just had no idea about grooming.
Well,
So they're
yeah,
like, okay,
and
well,
like
this
that's
will
why
be
I actually don't like I don't have any hate towards it. Like if you watch the first, I mean, girl, Drag Race, like watch first season
yeah,
of anything, like it's a wreck.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had
They just wanted rating. So yeah,
Yeah, I had the knowledge of like being a first season person and like what that was potentially going to be like because I had seen it on so many other shows. Successful or not, first season is like a learning experience. This was a whole
yeah,
like production company that had never really seen what dogs needed, but not just like like I'm sure they hired a bunch of people who said that they love dogs, but like you're not dog people. Like you can't handle a dog and show it, assertiveness when you need to or not. And then like on top of that, our dogs were adorned with these creative, accoutrements. So like when we had to pass
yeah,
them back to a handler for an hour before coming and getting evaluated, like it was just like it was very Hollywood. Yeah. I mean, I would do it
yeah.
again. It's just, you don't know what you're getting into. And that was another thing, right? Like they didn't know what we needed from them, and we didn't know what they
Yeah.
wanted from us.
Yeah, so I feel like now with your knowledge of that and like how much you've grown and like honed your powers in the industry, like you could put together like a good, like an actual good like show that, you know what I mean? Like made by groomers, maybe
Oh
somehow.
my God. So I have this idea for a grooming show, but I have all these ideas all the time. The whole thing with, like, yeah, like I said, I would do it all over again. And I yeah, I don't know that like that's my wheelhouse to like pull the trigger on that. If I've learned one thing in life, it's that like if you don't pull the trigger on something really quickly, it's usually because it's not actually in your wheelhouse like you want it to be in your
Yeah.
wheelhouse. Um And so like grooming is something that came really easy to me. I made the decision. I went to the school. I got the certificate. I got the job. I started becoming a master groomer. I started competing. Everything was very easy for me because I wanted it so bad. Um,
Yeah.
and so like I love what I do. I'm booked till November of next year, and I can't ask for any more. I'm doing what I want to do. So
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, being able to like travel around the world and stuff that you like, it's just awesome. I love living vicariously through your Instagram feed. Um, it's definitely like an inspiration though to people like me, specifically like me, like as a content creator and a dog groomer. But I feel like dog groomers in general, like it shows to me, it feels like it shows like something like when you're like slaving away at a salon and then you see like a post like you and you're like, you know, like dog groomers can like achieve their dreams. Like,
well, I mean,
so yeah,
I definitely agree with that. Like, I think anyone who puts themselves in the place of like, I was thinking about it today. There's people who are influencers and there's people who are content creators, right? Like, content creation is more like an act of expression, whereas influencers, you are trying to convince an audience that your way of doing things or your way of scheduling or
yeah,
thinking or whatever is uh, easier, more beneficial, more efficient, whatever. You're trying to make them so like when you get saddled with that label of influencer, I did fall into this place where for a long time my content was very much like, look at how amazing my life is, and that's all it was.
yeah,
And I don't think that there was anything wrong with it. I just realized that a good reason why I had such a following from the beginning was because it was so organic. It was just me talking about what was on my table and what my goals were. And that is why I now work in a salon. So I moved to Denver, Colorado so that my travel would be easier. But there's a salon that I really love here. And so I work there like 1 or 2 days a week. And I think my content has become so much more relatable again. Like I feel so much more connected to my
yeah.
audience. And I realize that, like, yes, I will always be able to do the influence work through my audience, but I think I'm much more of a content creator now than the influencer that I was before.
Yeah, like I do. So like I have my notes here and I kind of have like a different sections. So like I'll jump into my like content creator section. I have a few questions about that just to pick your brain. And that's interesting you say that because the difference between a content creator and an influencer, because I also feel like especially you would notice this as well because you've been doing like online content creation for so long. I feel like it's evolved and changed that people don't like influencers now. Like it's now you have to be more relatable. So I feel like it you kind of just evolved with the state of how the online is now. Like I think people like yes, like can enjoy to see you like on a luxurious vacation, but now people also want like the real um relatability type of thing. And I think that's why like I started popping off now because I'm just like screaming whatever like craziness and people like want that real authenticness.
Yeah, I definitely think
And
that I mean, there's a note for everyone. There's definitely a way to still play the old game of like very like facade Instagram like focused kind of, Facebook was like this place for discussion and Instagram was like this place for perfection and TikTok was like this place for reality, and they are becoming a little bit more mashed together. Um
yeah,
but Facebook will always have the groups that separate it from the other social media platforms. The way that the Facebook groups work and operate and how the notifications work and operate will always be easier to follow on Facebook. And so, like, that I'm not worried about for that platform. But, like, as far as like the video consumption that we do across the three, it is kind of boiling all together. Um,
yeah,
Yes, if someone is just doing lifestyle influence work, it doesn't really work in grooming. And I've known that for a long time. There used to be a creator back in the day when there was like three of us. All of his content was
yeah.
like in slow motion. Like he was always walking through a door in slow motion, and he was scissoring in slow motion. The music was very dramatic, and he was dressed very
It's like the
cool.
Apple 10
And what?
iPhone 10
What?
that had the iPhone 10 or whatever with the slow motion feature came
And so
out, and
like
so
and he would it was constant, and I was like, Groomers, we were friends. I would message him. Groomers are not cool. They don't think that they're cool. That's like not our thing. Stop doing the cool bit. Like we're not. That's not our industry. We're not cool guys. None of us ever were cool
Yeah.
guys. Like that's not our thing. He's not around anymore. So like it didn't work out. I told him like stop doing the cool
Yeah.
guy thing. Um,
Well, was he straight or gay?
straight. So
Okay, that's why. There's no cool straight duck
yeah.
because I will say Gabe and Logan are kind of meeting that cool
Right.
factor
Okay.
as
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
groomers.
Exactly. They're cool, but they're not straight at all. Right.
Yeah,
So, uh,
yeah,
so yeah. So influencers, even at that time, I could tell that wasn't really gonna pan out. But now, yeah, I mean, like we're mom and pop vibes, like we're vibe driven, and so people aren't
yeah,
really super into lifestyle type of influence work with us. Um, that was always true, but you are right. Like if someone, even if you like this person and they're on your friends list, the second that they post a code that has their name in it, you get the ick, right? Like I know it happens. That's why people don't know this. I'll give you a little trade secret. There are codes that I have for
yeah.
companies. They do not have my name in it because I know that reaction. So I always have codes that
Oh,
are mine but they sound like they're generic. Color shampoo
yeah,
10 or whatever for Opause,
yeah,
that's my code. PedSked
yeah,
1 or whatever, that's my code. That's not
yeah.
but I don't put my name in it because it gives people the ick. Like it does, even if you know and like the person.
It's weird how that's changed because even if like back to like the Blake's Blades
Yeah.
stuff and like it's like I love that, but I think it's because I'm a millennial. I feel like now like everything that millennials thought was cool is now cringe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I'm
that's
like,
happening. Also, like Blake, there was so much more Blake products in the beginning because I was the reason, like I was the person that grew this following for the
yeah,
company. So there was just as many Foxy Roxy clients as there were Blake Hernandez clients. But for the last 5 years, we've had someone that works in marketing, growing us, the way that marketers do through emails and online and sales and all that stuff. So like there's every once in a while we do Blake stuff in Foxy Roxy still, and we have clients that email us and they're like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Like, what, like,
oh, that's yeah, because it is interesting to know how to like not go too far to the cringe
yeah,
level of like or how much to like market yourself. And I think that's why I usually personally like lean towards my character that's like in character when he's bragging about
right,
himself because I can't say it
yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Like so I have
Yeah, yeah. So influencers had their moment. There was a time in the grooming industry where every single company had a team of 5 to 15 people. They were running annual contests and annual like applications for new ambassadors. It was like this whole thing for a minute, and then it all went to shit. Because honestly, like the grooming industry companies don't have the money to fork out for ambassadors and videos the way that other companies do. And
yeah.
so these guys are, they're in their salons, they're calling themselves an influencer, they're calling themselves an ambassador, they're swiping on Instagram, they're seeing a stay-at-home mom with twice as many followers than them talk about how they're getting $1,000 checks, $2,000 checks, $3,000 checks for collaborations for these mom products, and they're like, how come the only thing I'm getting from these brands are scissors and shampoo? Like they become disenchantized by the process, and then they go, I'm not gonna do it. So then the company stops wanting to sponsor them. They don't. Then they have contention towards the brand. Like it's all just done really poorly in the grooming industry. I have very nice set standards and contracts with the companies I work with so that I don't feel pressured into certain types of content production minimums, and that they understand that what they get with me is the exposure to my students in classes on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and that's like how I've kind of gone towards the like doing affiliate work is not expecting to just get like a salary from these brands for me to just be repping them, but to just work with the brand, because I understand being a business owner too, and that um it's, you have to think of it differently in this industry. I feel like with dog grooming, it's like no matter what you do, even if you're an influencer, it still comes with a lot of work.
Well, I mean,
Like you,
I
there's nothing
just for
like
a second. I mean, that is kind of what I am saying. I do is I require a monthly or quarterly set number.
yeah, but you've taken years to get there, so like you can't just start at that. You have to work with
Right.
brands to get there.
And that is what people don't understand is that there were times when I very first started with Foxy Roxy where the paychecks I would get from them were $100 when we first started. Okay, for a whole month, be $100. Okay. There were times at the height of online sales during the pandemic where Foxy Roxy would give me $15,000 for walking into the next month. It was insane. Okay. Insane.
Yeah. So that's why you want to work with brands, and you don't want to just dismiss brands because they can't like instantly like pay you a bunch of money. Like you want to, especially if you believe in the brand and the product. And that's how I've been operating, at least.
I mean, I pay attention to people who brand hop. I've been with the same product company for 8 years.
Yeah.
She's tattooed on my arm. And but
But no, I do
but
respect that. I mean, I thought it was your company, like when I
yeah,
first like started to know about you, because it's so like locked in with you, like Foxy
yeah.
Roxy, which is good. Like I respect that more than like a brand of the week, like a TikTok
So
shop.
I was the very first ambassador that worked for iGroom. I worked with them all the way through the pandemic. They sold. I haven't worked with a brand since because I was not going to go from iGroom to a different shampoo and just be like, this is who I think is the best now. Like, I don't
Yeah.
need that. I would rather take the break from the shampoo game, step away, check everybody out, play nice with everyone, and then see what's going to fit for me.
Yeah. And just make your own shampoo company with me. Let's do it. Your like process for thinking about like doing content, coming up with ideas, do you sit down and write? Is it random? Is it spur of the moment? Like how does that come for you?
So I very rarely write down like what I'm going to do, and if I do, it's in my notes in my phone, and it's
Yeah.
because usually it's very original content. So like it's not scripted though. I'm very bad at scripted stuff. So I'll
Yeah.
do original content from there. So it's a vague idea. Like I remember one time it was everyone trying to get. I just remember typing this out and thinking it was so funny, and then setting in my notes and thinking like, I'm 34 years old and like, what am I doing? But like,
Every
it
day.
was all the things that groomers do to get a dog's attention for a photo was like the
Oh,
premise of the meme, and
yeah.
I was like, asterisk death drop because like I wanted to do a death drop in it, like
Yeah.
so like
Yes, that's how my notes look too. Like no one else would understand. Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
so I just remember thinking like but that wasn't something that I was going to remember necessarily, and it wasn't something that was going to be able to be saved in my phone because normally I'm inspired by other content creators.
Yeah.
Whether it's a trend, a downright trend that's going on, or I see someone do something in an industry that's similar to ours, like hairstylists and tattoo artists,
Yeah.
veterinarians and doggy daycares. Those, they put out content that sometimes is very easy to like twist into our type of content. So I do that, and then the only reason, like, I know I could have a lot bigger, more consistently engaged audience if I just put out education. But I get
Yeah.
paid for education. So like my
Right. Yeah.
my safety net is to throw out education every week or so because
Yeah.
otherwise people get cranky and they're like, you only do your hair or whatever. And then like so I try to still put it out like every week and a half ish. And that's basically the types of content that I do. But if I could quit this whole thing and just be
Yeah.
a transition star and a hair influencer, I would.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, because well, that's the thing. I think it's smart what you're doing is that you don't primarily focus your content on education because yeah, like that's what people get in person. You're kind of it would be like a comedian giving away their jokes. Like
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like comedians, they do their crowd work. Like they share their crowd work online, but
Yeah.
they don't share their set, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, why would you just be like posting your seminars? Like that wouldn't make sense.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, so but yeah, no, that is the goal to be able to like get paid to do like hair transition videos would be iconic.
that'd be the
Um, yeah. Let's do my gay section, all my gay questions.
okay.
First things first.
Yeah.
Are you a gold star gay or did you take the scenic route?
Oh, I totally took the scenic route. Like, the only reason why I say it like that is because I was one of those people that came out, and not I never was like, "Hey, I'm bi." I came out,
Yeah.
but even after having come out, I had sex with girls for like a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so you're fully like gay, like so you're not like attracted to him because yeah. Because like for me, I feel like it's just like it's not that I'm like grossed out by one, but it's like boring. It's like eating chicken without seasoning. So I'm just like,
Yeah, so
that,
every time, first of all, it wasn't like a frequent thing, but any time that it happened, it was always with someone that I was like, I mean, obviously it was like the girl that I was dating in high school.
yeah,
But then there was after the fact, and they were friends, like they were people I was really close with. They weren't like hookup randos or whatever. And so it was
yeah,
always because like I want to say like planned it more or less like we were having a good time that day and like it was I guess more or
yeah,
less the vibe and then by the time we were actually engaging in the act I'm just saying like I think it ended in laughter more often than not
yeah,
like
yes,
it was just like two youngins still just like like we're playing with each
yeah,
other's stuff more than anything.
yes, and yeah, like the me and yeah, my like high school girlfriend, she's like, yeah, like I think you're gay. I'm like, me too. Like it's yeah, because but it's almost like society like told like we're like oh like we're best friends. I loved her. I like was in love with her and everything. And society is like, so you guys are boyfriend girlfriend. Like looking back now, I'm like, no, we were just besties.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're like, and then you're young and you want to have sex or whatever. So then you like, and then we're like, okay, we're done here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. And you're like, oh, that's what everyone's talking about. Okay. Um,
Well,
are
okay.
you currently?
For the record, I had sex with a man first.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I was like
Oh, okay.
closeted. Like I like,
Oh, okay. So you already knew the
yeah,
real tea. You were
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was the delusional one where like everyone knew I was
I guess
gay
I
before
was
me.
so aware that like it's almost hard for me to understand that people don't know that they're gay,
Yeah.
but I hear it happen.
Well, I mean, like I knew I was gay, or I guess I was like confused. It was more of like I didn't know what trans was or any. I grew up in a small town in Maine. We all have to remember this. So I was like, I remember at one point thinking, I think I was born wrong. I should have been a woman. Like,
So
and
I grew up as a gymnast, and so like I
yeah,
was around a bunch of shirtless, very hot men, and very well put together women. Like
yeah,
like I was around very attractive, like varying age, teenage, older than me,
yeah,
teenage adults. Like they were all in good shape, and I could like drool at the sight of this one dude that like he was always like 3 years older than me, so we were in the gym together our whole lives, and he was just like gorgeous.
yeah. Yes, like I do too. Like I obviously had those feelings at a young age, but I think it's almost like I truly didn't even know what gay was or didn't even let myself feel it. So I would just be scared. If I was like thought a guy was hot, I would be like, "Oh, I don't like it." And I would just like
I'll,
run.
I'll tell you the funniest early gay like thing for me is the very first time I ever got in trouble at school was in kindergarten when me and a boy next to me had our hands down each other's pants, like
Oh.
at like the reading carpet or something. Like so.
Starting early. You're like, "No." Yeah, that's hilarious. What do you remember like your like, do you have like a celebrity like gay awakening, or like someone or a person, or I guess like that your crush when you were a kid, though, like your gay awakening?
I mean,
For
I
me, it's
guess
Tom.
Ryan Reynolds. I remember being pretty gobstopped at him and
Yeah.
Blade Trinity. Like, that was very intense. And then so was Brendan Fraser and George of the Jungle. Like,
Oh,
that was really, really hot.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely for me, it was Tom Welling in Smallville, that Superman
Oh,
show.
see,
Um,
yeah, I guess not for me. No.
yeah, so I was a nerd hanging around with like a bunch of straight guy nerds, so we're watching the show and they're all like, Lana, like the chick in the show is so hot. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, what are you currently on any of the dating apps and or are retired and at peace? And if so, what's your favorite app?
So I have a boyfriend of 5 years. Did you not know this?
No, I did, but that was one of my later questions. Are you guys monogamous?
I was like, this is such a silly question. Yeah, I mean, no, we're together. We've been together and monogamous for 5 years. So no dating app.
Oh, that's so hetero coded. So you guys don't hook up with anyone else at all?
No, I mean, I have been in a relationship that like I have never been in a relationship that was just flat out open ever. But I have been in a relationship prior to this one and including this one where there were times where we like experimented with like different degrees of openness. But it's never been like a calling to me uh more than just I guess like experimenting, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's more no. I always act so shocked when I talk to like because everyone is with one person. I'm always like, what? And I'm like, I need to accept the fact that it's weird for me. Because I just yeah, I just it's just a lot. Like I like having to be able to kind of like tag someone in. You know what I mean? Like and
Well, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely like. I think I get those feelings all the time. Of, but just like, it's not even a sexual thing. I just think of like when I see these people who've been together for like 20 years and they're like touchy feely. I'm like, ew. Like,
yeah.
I just
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Well,
I like to physically touch my boyfriend on occasion when we're at home on the couch and like not deeper than that.
yeah. Yes, no, I totally get that. Okay, yeah, so I respect that. So 5 years with the boyfriend
Actually, we
and
are coming December 26th will be the 5 years that we've been living together. So a little longer than that.
wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so but before you were with him, did you use the apps?
Yeah. But like only
Those
grinder. Like I was
only grinder. Yeah.
well, I just mean like I didn't realize that
But
Tinder had like a gay setting. Like they
oh yeah.
yeah, so like I never did Tinder. But I come from like old school, which maybe you know about this. Maybe Maine wasn't there, but like Adam for Adam.
Yes, I have heard of it, but I never used it.
Girl,
Yes.
Adam for
Okay.
Adam was like the OG. And so like I come from
Yeah.
way back in Adam for Adam days. That was
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
I mean it was like it
Yeah,
was a
'cause
website first, but then it became an app. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you never tried like the Sniffies app. Like Sniffies is crazy. Like like going into an airport with Dylan, my husband, on Sniffies. Like he's like, hold on, I gotta go to the stall. Like it's crazy out here.
So Sniffies was like post me and Chase together. As far as I know,
Yeah.
I think Sniffies has happened in the last 5 years. Uh but
It's crazy. Opening up a map and you just see like dicks within like feet away from you everywhere. Like it's frowned upon on that app to show your face.
oh,
Like it's
frowned
just
upon.
yeah. Like everyone's like like they won't engage with you if you just have a face pic. They're like, ew, like where? It's really crazy.
So okay,
It's
okay,
gone.
here
Yeah.
I will tell you. Like Jonathan David is obviously like someone that's been in the industry for a
Ooh.
long time and very well respected and gay. And every once in a while, I will talk about gay culture things in front of mixed audiences, in front of
Yeah.
Jonathan David, and on more than one occasion, he has like jokingly but not so jokingly reprimanded me like that's our culture, it's not for them to know, like the things that gays
Oh,
do from time to time, that straighties
yeah,
don't really understand. So it's just funny because you're like going
I
fully
don't.
into anti that. You're telling all the
Oh,
straight
yeah.
people our stuff.
I know that's well, they don't get it. They black out. They don't understand.
Yeah.
It's really like they
So what
it
what
is
people will
funny.
never understand is that you do not get to be raised to be gay ever, right? Like even if someone absolutely is accepting and everything of you, they are still not from your like world.
Yeah.
So like you have to go out and find like gay elders to teach you about real gay culture, like real gay culture, like these super underground movies and these like really tragic deaths and like these really horrible cases and all these things that like straight people have absolutely no clue about. And you have to go
Yeah.
find like your mommy and daddy out in the community. And like now
Yeah.
we are turning into right now we're like turning around and being like, you don't know who Joan Rivers is? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Well, cause like these heteros nowadays have like Love Simon for movies or whatever. It's like, no, okay, they don't know what it's like to be hooking up with a guy that you only know him as the letter D and a six pack in the middle of the woods. Okay. Um,
The
so who is your
things that
biggest
take
millennial?
place in a bathhouse would absolutely frighten them for the rest of their lives. Like they would talk about it with their therapist on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, because I just don't get it. Like, it's so strange to me. I remember I was talking to, I forget like that straight culture is so like weird or whatever. And I'm like talking and I'm like, oh, you don't hook up. Like, I remember I was talking to, like, my friend and her husband, and they had like a hot friend. And I was like, oh my God, like, have you ever hooked up with them? And they're like, no, like, why would we have sex with our friend? And I was like, what? Like, because they're your friend. And you're hot. I guess they don't do that. So every like what is your like gay millennial kid icon like pop star? Like and why is it Britney Spears?
Fuck. Okay, so it's not Britney Spears only because I think Britney Spears is so mainstream. Not that like who I'm going to say isn't so mainstream, but like
Yeah. Taylor Swift.
you know what I mean? Like the Republicans
Yeah.
like Britney. You know what I mean? They're going to be able
Mm,
to like
yeah.
sing
Mhm.
her songs too. Who my icon
Yeah.
is millennial gay icon for absolutely no reason. They don't deserve it, but I totally will fight for them. Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Rumors. Like Rumors.
Love.
Rumors is quite possibly one of the
Yeah.
best songs that's ever been made.
Yeah, I want to make a video about this, like, because I sometimes do like music review and stuff. Like, I think it is a perfect
I
pop
think it
song.
might be like
Um,
when I mean, and every it's literally everything about it, right? It's the lyrics,
yeah.
but the music video, it's her in
Oh
the
my
music
God.
video. The whole thing is so perfectly iconic. And the reason why I know I can say this is that like you can play rumors with absolutely no context. You could play rumors for someone that was like 25 years older than us, or these little kids in elementary school, and they
Yeah.
call it a bop. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
It's
It
still
will.
it still slaps. It is so good. It just like hits different parts of my insides. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and I love Lindsay, and I love that she is like back making horrible Netflix movies. Like, do you think I am not seated every single time to see her
Do you
spill
know?
a hot cup of coffee on
Do
the
you know
guy?
what I will do? I will push play and walk away because get them
Yeah,
dollars, girl. Okay.
yes, for real.
I'm already
Am I
paying for
engaged?
the subscription. I'm gonna hit play on Lindsay every time.
Yes. I mean, she's doing every holiday. She's not stopping with Christmas. She did a
I
St.
heard a
Patrick's
Flag
Day
Day
movie.
one is coming out. I don't know.
Yes. Every day, like Groundhog Day too.
Boxing Day.
Yes, Earth Day. She's um and so what do you identify as like a gay term? You know, like I identify as a twink, but everyone tells me no. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh God, I don't even know now. Like, I don't know that there's a term for me, right? And I'm not trying to be like weird. It's just like would it
Yeah.
be like like a glam otter? Maybe I don't know. I
Yes.
because
Yeah, I was
because I
settling towards some type of otter, but
yeah, but
not.
even still, like that's only more recent. Like I fluctuate into bear so easily, right? Like without a few months
Mm,
of GLP-1s, I'm a bear very quickly. So
like glam hair, like whatever glam
so
hair.
and I can grow facial hair to like, to a point. So but but if I don't like blow out my hair, if I don't style my hair, I could still be a bear. Like I could look all rough. It's very I don't know. And then I'm not old
Form.
enough to where people just automatically say daddy or anything. Like
Yeah.
so and I'm not a twink. I don't think I was ever a twink. I think I was a twunk because I was a gymnast. So like
Yeah.
I think I had
Yeah, I
that
was only a twonk.
I think I had that moment. Um, so maybe I'm just like an average gay. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe you just are like a non-offensive term.
Like, like,
Um,
like, just like
okay.
quintessential.
Okay.
I okay, even being like this quintessential or like non-jarring gay, I
Yeah.
have not ever been very easily accepted by gays. You're one that I've always gotten along with really easily and quickly. Um,
Yeah.
I was a gymnast and a cheerleader growing up. I moved to San Francisco. I auditioned for the San Francisco cheer team, which is basically all homosexual fairies. Okay, just
Yeah.
fairies. And
Yes.
I was the only
They don't
person that
walk,
could
they fight
do
a lot.
like, a standing full. I was like, I'd been to Worlds. Like I was like, this is gonna be so easy. And I didn't make the team.
Yeah.
And they made it pretty clear that they just didn't like me. And and then even in the industry here, there's a handful of other like gay industry leaders that are like, you've never seen me work with them. Like there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
They just like do not like me. Um, I don't know
Yeah.
why. I just like I don't know why.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, because for me, when I was like going to Hershey, and I was like, out of all the people who I think could potentially be mean girl energy, like without talking to you guys, like to anyone, I was like, I could see how people would think Blake could be mean girl. When I went there, I realized you are not.
Okay, so I will say that um, the the mean girl energy from anyone in our industry 9 times out of 10 comes from the fact that they are not actually social people. Like they're not
Yeah,
outgoing by nature, they're not social by nature, they aren't people by nature. Like most of them never would consider themselves to be able to excel at public speaking, yet now we're asking them to teach in front of 200 people. Like there's just a lot of that, and then
yeah,
it comes off as like standoffish or cold or they think they're better than everyone else. I'm not saying that that doesn't hold true for some people at times, but having engaged with these people on a real basis a lot, most of the time that's not the
yeah,
case. Most of the time it's just literally they suck at engaging with people. And someone we've already talked about
yeah.
on
No,
this live is Logan, and like I've known Logan since he was a baby, right? He was a bather. He came to my first like a
yeah,
seminar back in the day, so he's become a
yes,
groomer. He's become a big grooming influencer, and when I saw him coming to the trade shows at first, he was so like shy and embarrassed and completely different from who he was online because online he was able to
oh,
be in front of his phone and be himself and then he would get in front of people and he wasn't himself because he was just like he hadn't practiced that. um
well, and it's the twink effect, like when you're like you have like a face card and you're a twink or whatever, like you're it's like everyone's gonna perceive you to be cunty.
well no I don't
Like
think
it's
that
like
people perceived him as cunty in that at least I didn't pay attention to that in that regard. What I mean is that he has grown now from doing it enough to where it doesn't feel so nervous in front of a live audience. So that's all I'm saying is that some people don't grow out of that. Like, right? Some people are naturally wallflowers. They come to the event,
Yeah.
they sit in a chair, and they watch the whole time. And you ask them, do you want to get something to drink? Do you want to go dance to this song? Do you want to go outside for a smoke? Whatever. You ask these people, and they say, no, I'm good. And they sit there, and you think
Yeah.
they're not having a good time. You think that they're shy and embarrassed and all this stuff. That's not the case. If they didn't want to be there, they would not be there.
Don't want
That is their form of engaging, and that's just who they are as a person. I just think that people have that sometimes, and sometimes are also super talented groomers, and that's what we're experiencing with some of them. Is just that they're
yeah.
not people.
From talking to you from like DMs and stuff, like I knew you weren't a mean girl, but I could see how if someone didn't give you a chance, like you maybe they could be like, he thinks he's better than me or whatever. So like maybe that's why some people like think that you're acting like that when you're not meaning to, because I don't understand why people wouldn't like you because you're always nice.
Well, thank you. I mean, I do think I'm nice, but I also think that it's a very like even if I were to take myself out of that discussion, it is so bizarre to me how there's this weird human nature, and I say human nature, but not everyone is like this. But it's like they only cheer someone on until they're no longer comfortable with where that person is, and
Yeah.
so like it's weird how people they will tell me, "Oh, you think you're too good, or you think you're so pretty, or you think you're better than everyone." Whatever the heck they want to say, they'll say that, right? And then they'll literally scroll to the next person who is, you know, not amazing at this stage in their life for whatever reason. And they'll be, cheering them on, right? And telling them they can do anything. And then they'll scroll to the next person, and that person will be, doing fine, but they are like, um, they're saying something positive about themselves, and they're like, okay, I'm not threatened by this person, so I'm going to go ahead and like this post. Like it's weird that once someone gets to a certain place, they feel like, no, they get enough positive energy from all the other people. I have to notch that down for them. Like,
Yeah, it's like seeing a big content creator and not liking it because you're like, well, they get enough likes. It's yeah, it's cause and also I'm gonna do my annoying Jay thing, but the new Taylor Swift lyric, they want to see you rise, but they don't want you to reign. And that's really
yeah,
like
a saying I learned in Australia was they like to cut the tall poppies,
yeah,
right? Like all the poppies are growing, and then there's a really tall one that's just brighter and taller and stands out above everyone else, and they chop it so that it looks even again.
yes. And so I think that's why like so these like the big yeah, because I guess like Logan was probably another one that I could like he could potentially like he seemed like he might be a mean girl. And now me going back and thinking those three, you, Jess, and Logan, I'd be like they could potentially be the mean girls of it. That me like before I met any of you or talked to anyone or anything, just from like outside perspective. Now I'm like that is such a projection. Why do we project that onto the three most successful?
Right. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I have never. I was raised by a woman who every single day of my life told me that I was beautiful and intelligent, and if anyone ever told me different, it was because they were jealous. That was the whole speech. Beautiful, intelligent, and if you ever hear different, they're jealous. That was the whole
Yeah.
speech every single day of my life.
Yeah.
So I have a great disposition and self confidence and inner strength. Um,
That's
so
great.
whenever people are like that, negative towards me, I know my heart, I know my intention, and I know that they don't know me. That's
Yeah.
the only way you could be thinking the things that you're thinking about me is because you don't know me or you're jealous. Because how could you? I would never do that. I would never think that. I would never say that to someone. I
Yeah.
wouldn't make someone feel that way. I wouldn't do those things. But you're putting it all on me. You don't know me. I promise you don't know me. And
Yeah.
like, the amount of times, which the mean girl comment doesn't bother me because the amount of times someone has tagged me in a post saying that they had the wrong idea about me. they heard this and that from the other person, and then they met me and they were like, wow, exactly. Just
Yeah.
meet me. I'm
Yeah.
not a bad person. I work very, very hard. Yeah, I have I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years. I have a strong relationship with my
Yeah.
family. I have a good relationship with my friends from high school, right? Like I have
Yeah.
good relationships in the industry. That doesn't come from a bad heart.
No. And that's how I knew. Like I instantly, and luckily for me, like yes, I might like I'm saying like I had these thoughts, but it wasn't like I wasn't going around saying like I bet these people suck. You know what I mean? But it's like we all,
No,
but it's like the
never.
project. Like we all do that and project. But for
Yeah.
me, I wait until I talk to the person, and then when I talked to you and you were nice and you were welcoming, and I saw you at Hershey and you're like, let's do a TikTok, and you were so cool. I was just like, and I don't think I had heard anything, but I was just like, oh, he's so cool. He's not just some famous person. You know what I mean? And and so, but that's what people need to remember. You need to wait until you talk to the person, and then you
Yeah.
can see if they suck or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's so interesting. Okay, your phone has 20% battery, Riverside told me.
Oh, really? Cool. That's
They
good.
just
We got time then.
yeah, that's
That means
convenient.
that means that we have twice as much time because I had 40% when we started.
Yes. And okay, so and then I want to talk about the hair lore. Okay, we need to get into the your because you've gone from Thor Ragnarok to Thor 1 to like you like and when I first knew of you, like you had like your the short do, right? Like on
Okay.
Pooch Perfect, that's like your
Okay.
big like iconic look. And
Okay.
then when did you decide to grow her out? Have you grown her out before or is this the longest she's been?
Okay. So good questions. I am a California boy. Okay. So I have had my hair ever like it's I hate to be like, oh, it's a form of self-expression because I've never been like 12-year-old Blake being like, I like the Iceman. I want bleach blonde, blue tinted hair buzz cut. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't what I was doing. I just wanted to change
But I
something,
love
right? And I think that's what it is. I want to change something sometimes. So I
mhm.
have had every hair color that you could have. Growing up, I had little white boy surfer bowl cuts with my Mexi fro that I did not know how to do it with. I got a pompadour one time with no widow's peak and it looked terrible. I've had braids with beads at the end that clacked around.
What
I've done literally I had a pink eyebrow and a blue eyebrow one time. I've done
what
so much with my hair over the years. Um, but I was in my early 20s when I grew out my hair the first time, and I didn't really take care of my hair. I, used drugstore shampoo and conditioner. I kept it
yeah.
in a ponytail. It would grow long enough for me to donate, and then I would cut off the ponytail and grow it out again. And I did that for like 6 or 7 years because I donated it 5 times. And when I donated it the last time, I finally, obviously it was the last time, so I shaved it off. And I had short hair basically from my late 20s into my early 30s. And that is when a large influx of my following started, but it wasn't necessary. There's a lot of people who come up to me and they say, I've been following you since you had long hair the first time. Like, right? Because my
Oh,
hair is so long this time that they'll say it that way. They'll say, I've been following you since you had long hair the first time. So that is, I mean, I did technically have long hair back in the Facebook group era.
yeah.
But then I cut it, and then I got big in the industry, and then I started growing it out again. I don't, and when I grew it out this time, I said that I was going to grow it out for myself, that I wasn't going to just leave it locked up and give it away. Um,
Yeah.
so I said I was going to do it for myself. So I started growing it out. And when I started growing it out, I realized that I didn't know how to take care of it. So it's been a journey of like learning all about how to take care of my hair. And this is not the longest it's ever been because I cut like 5 inches off, but yeah, basically.
But it's like it's the longest it's been like this super healthy.
Oh
You
yeah.
think like
So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, like when it was 5 inches long, I just like I needed to cut some hair off. So the last haircut I cut like 5 inches off. Um, But yeah, so I've had long hair for a little bit again now, and I don't know when I'll be done with it, but I know that day will come. And the exciting part about it this time is like now I have like hair girls and I know how to do my hair and I know how to take care of it. So I'm going to like I am gonna get everything, right? Like I'm gonna get like a really messy shag, and then I'm gonna get like, like one really color block, section and get really crazy
Yes.
layers. And then the next time I'm gonna get a bob. And I'll be like,
Oh yes, I can't wait for your Bob
bob.
era. We gotta make so
Yes,
many
I'm
like
gonna have a bob
fun Bob
era. Yes, I'm gonna
videos.
have a bob era. And then
Yeah.
I'll cut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, so then real quick, what is your like favorite go-to like shout out hair product, like brand? What do you like to use?
Like if I had to choose just one brand, period, to take care of my hair, and I was not able to use anything else, I would probably choose Kerastase. But
Hey,
I use a
you heard
lot.
it.
I like a lot of the K18 products for like health and maintenance, and I like a lot of Amika products for styling, Kerastase products for styling, and then JVN products for health and maintenance as well. So
Yes, I
basically,
love
those four
JVN.
brands are the brands that I like.
Well, yeah, I use the JVN like the air dry cream, is that what it's
Oh yeah,
called or
yeah.
whatever. Like I love that. I just throw it in my hair after the shower and works it out. These are some rapid fire this or that questions. Like I'll just say two things and you have to choose one.
Okay.
And you also have to you can like choose your own context for what they mean.
Okay.
Poodle or doodle?
Poodle.
Hands or feet?
Hands.
Crazy or cheap?
Crazy or cheap?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Matted or mean?
Mad.
Thick or slim?
Thick.
Brown or blue?
Blue.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Ooh, controversial. It's the only. Top or bottom?
Top.
We don't know the context, guys. I'm just asking. Um, East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
West Coast, and then final one. 5 inches or 8 inches?
Oh God. 5 inches.
Oh, okay. Respect that. We also don't know what we're talking about. Okay. And then I just had like some last few random questions. You can just say none. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
I mean, okay, before I say none, it's not.
Oh, it's fine if you don't like. Everyone's like scared to tell me they don't like Taylor. I'm like, it's
It's
fine.
not that I don't like Taylor Swift. I think you need to know the deeper meaning behind it. I don't
Okay.
really care for music at all. Like, and I
Oh,
know I have
okay.
my little moment about Lindsay Lohan rumors, right? But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have never, in the history of my entire life, has there been a moment where someone's been like, oh, so and so's album came out. And I went, oh, I need to listen to that. And then I like went out and downloaded the album or I bought the album. And then I like sat in my room and listened to it. That has never happened to me in my life. My radio station, if it is on, it is on top 20. Like I just listen to whatever people tell me to listen to. So I
Listen to Taylor Swift.
obviously listen to and like a lot of Taylor Swift songs, but it's not
Yeah.
because I looked at her album and I said, "Oh, I can't believe how much I love the third song every time." It's because that one song comes on the radio every time and I like it or whatever, and I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean? That would be with
God.
literally any artist. That would be with Shakira
Okay.
just as much. So.
Okay. So Blake Hernandez hates Swifties. That's how I start that. No. But yeah, okay, yeah, no, I get that. And so I mean, so then you must listen to a lot of Taylor Swift if you only listen to top 20.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. It's
where
like, I mean, if I have the FM radio on, or if I'm on a app and I'm listening to top hits or whatever, Taylor Swift comes on every time, right? And I'm not like, I hate her, turn it. Like, here's the thing. One thing this is a random pet peeve I have that no one knows. As much as I
yeah.
don't care about music, when people complain about top hits, I get so mad because if you ask them why they don't like it, 95% of the time it's because they keep playing it. They keep playing it because it's good and it's liked. Like
Yeah.
you're the person who goes to a restaurant, has a lovely time, and then leaves them a 3-star review because you couldn't find parking. You dumb bitch. Like
Yes.
I it's the dumbest complaint to have. Someone gets in their car for like 7 to 15 minutes on average. Yes, there are commuters, but on average, people are in their car for 7 to 15 minutes. If this is the number one song in the country, then a radio station whose business it is to play music that people want to hear so that they stay on the station, they are going to need to play the number one song or the top songs every 15 to 20 minutes. Like that's how that works. It
It just makes sense. Yeah, I know, it's so weird. Yeah, it's because and also too, like, pop though, like, because when people are like, they like to argue the genre of pop. I'm like, you do realize it just means popular. Like, there's no, like, it's there, anything can be pop.
Okay, and really quickly though, which is a subject that we were not prepared to talk about, but I need to talk about now. JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can we just talk about her for 1 second?
Yeah.
I like you start. How do you feel? Like, tell me what you know about her. Where are you with her now? Like, give me.
Okay. Well, I do know that after the Betty Davis eyes video, I do know Karma's a bitch. Okay. Yeah. No, it's a lot. A lot's going on at the moment with her. I do think what I am sad for JoJo is that, for one, she's like the less famous JoJo. It sucks. Like, the get out, leave is like the real JoJo. But also, like, she's not a person at this point. Like, she's been so manufactured since a child that, like, she was like, you're this hair bow, you're this,
Right.
you're a lesbian now,
Right.
you're this. And like, I feel so sad. Like, she was like in a committed relationship with her lesbian. She said she invented gay pop. And then she goes on to, like, into a Big Brother, meets a straight guy, gets dicked down one time, and she's now all of a sudden a trad wife. Like, what is happening? Like, she
Okay,
just.
so a couple of notes on what you said. First of all, if Danity Kane is allowed to have their little comeback right now, they should absolutely hire JoJo because she got screwed over in all that millennial record making deal shit too. So the real JoJo should come out and open up for Danity Kane because that'd be amazing. Okay.
I would be in their front row.
That'd be freaking crazy, first of all. Second of all, JoJo Siwa. Okay, so I am a hardcore Dance Moms fan. Like, I grew up in competitive gymnastics, and it's very much adjacent to the Dance Moms world, the way that the cheer moms and the gymnastics moms are. So, like, we all are under the same roof a lot of times. And so, like, it's very similar. And so I felt very, I was in that world while I was watching that show. It was very connected to it, okay? JoJo Siwa's character, when she came on, did not bother me as much as it bothered a lot of the fandom. There were other, like, extraneous characters that came on throughout, but I did not dislike JoJo Siwa. I do think that her mom was the most calculated mom on the show. And I do, like, so, okay, the whole making her into a bow thing, that was fine. I didn't really care about that. Her being
it's just branding.
Her being 16 and, like, seeking out collaborations with 5-year-old YouTubers to, like, babysit them to make content was so weird. And it was not JoJo's idea, like, for sure.
Yeah.
That was
She doesn't have an idea for anything.
Yeah, that was so weird. That era was so weird. All of her kiddie bop music that was really targeted for a super young age, that didn't really bother me either. I mean, like, why was that different than Wiggles? Like, that didn't really bother me. That was, like, her genre of music and, like, her performance. That was fine too.
And she was also selling out, like, stadiums.
So then she becomes 21, and there was, like, some messy, lesbian, relationships before the 21 that took place on TikTok and stuff that we saw. But when she turned 21 and she got, like, fake drunk at the amusement parks, I think
that was wild.
I think that was when I was, like, pretty much not going to be on her team anymore anyway. I was like,
that's when I joined. Oh, did we lose Blake? We lost Blake. Oh no. Wait, we lost him. Karma's a bitch. You should have known better.